Hi everybody, I welcome you all to this demonstration. In this demo, I'm going to take a sample use case of KYC registration form processing. I'll demonstrate how to capture the fields in KYC form and how to do the approval flow and how to store the document to content repository along with the captured data, reports, dashboards, image annotation, all those features. So I'll be covering the security aspects of a business process like various security groups to user, assignment, and how to secure the approval task, how to securely store the documents along with metadata, reports, image annotations, and dashboards. So let me explain the business process. So we have three groups defined for this sample POC. The first stage will be used by a group called makers, which does the initial data processing for KYC form, and then the second group name is called as a checkers, where checkers will enrich or add more information on the registration form, and the process flow compares the information from stage 1 with stage 2, and if there is any difference found, then the task will be assigned to supervisor for approval. If supervisor approves, the document will get stored in content repository along with the captured form. If the supervisor rejects, it stops the processing. And we have used a business rule wherein we can dynamically configure a business rules and we can edit at runtime without requiring any downtime and without requiring support from IT team. The changes are immediate. We can configure multiple if then else rules and we can make change at runtime. Let's get started the flow. Let me log into the first stage. We have defined many users in the first stage. So for example, the username is Rahul, is part of stage 1, that is called makers. Just log into the application. Here in this stage, we can process the handwritten scanned form. We can import the scanned form, or we can actually do the scanning, and we can, based on the scanned form, we can start the initial processing. So I do have a ready-made handwritten form, just already scanned, and by looking at the image on the right hand side, makers will do data entry. So I'm just capturing a few key fields out of this form and we'll do the processing. And so I'm just entering the Aadhaar number as a 12-digit character, and I'm also entering the correct PAN number. So when we complete the initial data processing, we can release the form to next level where it reaches the approval flow for checkers. The checkers will verify the data, plus they'll also add more information on the stage 1 data. Now the task has been released from stage 1 to stage 2. Let's log into stage 2 as a checkers, and here the checkers will get a approval request or a second level staging request where he can see the task and provide more information. For each task there will be unique number or unique transaction number will be assigned, and for this transaction 1044 is the unique transaction number, and this interest rate is calculated based on the business rules, dynamic business rules, with the help of multiple if-else condition which can be updated at runtime. The checkers, by looking at the image, will enter additional details. Here the details from stage 1 will not be visible in this stage, just to get the accurate data from checkers. I'm just entering the Aadhaar number. If you note, this Aadhaar number is only 10-digit length, whereas the actual Aadhaar number should be 12 characters. Just intentionally I'm making a wrong entry so that it reaches to the supervisor level, and I'm just selecting the date of birth, and we do have a dynamic UI validation wherein if someone is minor, then the type of identity, it cannot be voter ID or a driving license. Only 18, those who are above 18 years have a valid voter ID and driving license. In the form, if someone select voter ID as a minor, then it will give error. Let's change the date to 2005. Say if someone is minor and he select driving license as a proof of identity, then it will give error. So this way we can dynamically implement the UI validations. We can also add comments, we can also add attachments. All those features are also possible. When I'm going to submit now, and on click of submit button, the task will be removed from the current queue, and as per the process, it checks the information from stage 1 as same as the information entered in stage 2. Say for example, it will compare the Aadhaar number from makers with the other numbers with checkers. If any difference found, then the task will be assigned to supervisor for approval. I'm going to submit now. Now the task has been removed from the current queue and it will be placed to the second level, supervisor level. Here supervisor will get a task saying that some discrepancy found between stage 1 and stage 2. This page will clearly display what is the discrepancy. It says Aadhaar number by makers is this is the value and this is the value from checkers, and he can approve or reject. And to get the accurate data, here also the supervisor can view the document. Note that this document is not yet stored in content. It is stored in temporary file storage. And click of approve button, the document will get stored in content repository along with this metadata. It moved from the queue. Let's check or let's search the document in content repository. Here let's search. The document can be searched based on this metadata, say unique transaction number or name or PAN number or ID number. I'm just doing the blind search and it will display all the documents stored in the content repository along with the metadata. You can open, you can see the document here. The document that was initially scanned. You can also do annotation as well. Let me explain the annotation part. So this is the KYC registration form, and we can open in the image viewer. And this image viewer provides the functionality of image annotation, wherein you can add a text on the image, you can add sticky notes, you can do stamping, and you can control the role for which the annotation can be visible. Means you can control the visibility of the annotation based on the logged in user role. Say if you want to highlight the date of birth, just going to highlight it. It is highlighted in yellow. If you want to add text, you can add text. Or if you want to provide a stamp in case if you are approving the document, say some legal documents can be approved, right? So we can add a stamp on top of that, say approved. So this provides a lot of features on annotation as well. Let's take a look at the reporting capabilities. It's very easy to create reports in BAM. It's a very dynamic report. In fact, we can do live monitoring of data in BAM. So this displays the records that are processed. It lists out all the KYC forms that are already processed, and it also provides a summary based on nationality and a summary based on identity type. These forms will refresh every second or every minute based on our configuration, and this chart explains how many KYC documents were submitted with Aadhaar card as a ID proof, and how many documents were submitted with voter ID as ID proof, and how many KYC form are from India, 9 from India, and 1 from Japanese and 1 from Australia. So we can also create a lot of customized dashboard based on our need. Let me show a sample dashboard created for one of the other customer, wherein this dashboard has created for a error handling framework. It displays based on a service wise how many errors were reported on a particular day, and it also displays a weekly report, error status summary pie chart, and the actual records. Same as we can format a different way for success transaction as well. Weekly report, daily report, and reports based on service. With that, it will cover the demonstration, and thank you for listening. Thank you. Have a good day.